That JoJo is back. We are back after a week, missed a week, and I can tell you, I truly miss recovering this series. Just love the way it makes me feel. I love how hype I get after watching it. I just love the feeling that JoJo gives me. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I bring you an anime review of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, Episode 14. We are back. We're back again, man. JoJo just puts me in such a good mood. I love it. In this episode 14, after a little bit of a kind of laid back episode last week, we get the same thing here, but this episode introduces us to the man. You don't mess with the Rohan Kishibe, a character that a lot of people who are up on JoJo has been raving about ever since I heard about Part 4. And he is really a fan favorite character. I'm an anime only at this point, so I don't know about him, but we're gonna learn about him. I'm interested in him so far, and we'll just see how things go with him. So without further ado, let's get down to the breakdown as the episode starts off with Koichi running into Hazamada, who is now out of the hospital. And Koichi kind of explains to him what's been going on, you know, last episode with Josuke and Joseph and the invisible baby and everything. And he mentions manga. He mentions a manga by the name of, I'm gonna have to look at it because I don't remember the name of the manga offhand, but it was Pink Dark Boy. And it seems like this is like the Tokyo Ghoul or the Berserk of the JoJo universe. You know, he finds out that Koichi likes manga too, and they like the same type of manga, as they straight up pull a stepbrothers. Like, did we just become best friends? Yep. So, with a little bit of information, Hazamada finds out that the actual writer of Pink Dark Boy, Kishibe Rohan, is actually in Morio City. So he finds out where they live and they decide to go visit them. I mean, wow, if you had a chance to visit your favorite mangaka, you're gonna take it, of course. So the two go to Rohan's crib and they're gonna go up and ring the doorbell, but right before he does it, Rohan grabs Koichi's arm and he's looking like a straight up creeper and he won't let go of it. He's like, come on, let me go. He finds out, though, that they really are fans of his and they wasn't trying to ding-dong ditch him. They were just coming to get the autograph from him. Once he finds that out, he eases up a little bit and actually invites them in to look at his studio as they fanboy a little bit about everything around and seeing where the magic happens for their favorite manga. And it's from here that we find out some things about Rohan. You know, he's 20 years old and he's been a mangaka since he was 16, so he's been pretty successful pretty early. Also, he used to live in Morio when he was a kid. You know, by being a manga artist and a creator, he lived in Japan. He came back to Morio because it's nice and quiet. It allows him to do his work even better. He doesn't like people too much, so it gets him out of the hustle and bustle of the city. He also does all his own work, so he doesn't have any assistants or anything. So he's already buried in Togashi because he can pump out chapters like nothing. He says he gets things done in about 5 days and he just chills the other 2 days after that. So we get to find out about him, know a little bit more about him as our two characters are amazed. But this is when things start turning to real JoJo-ish, when he notices a spider on Hazamada. So he takes a spider, and it's a really big spider too, and he starts like picking at it and observing it. And he's saying, in order to be a true mangaka or a great mangaka, you have to know the ins and outs of everything, how everything works, how people think, how people react, how animals think, how animals react. And that's true because, I mean, think about all of the great people that write things. It's like, it's the ones that really get into the mind and the reality and the real life reactions of things as always the best stories. But this dude's sitting there observing a spider as he stabs it with a damn pen and even licks it, which grosses everyone out. Then he's like, that's perfect. That reaction is what I need. It's so real. Allow me to draw it. I mean, this guy, he just came off a little bit weird. So after that crazy ordeal, he says, you know what? I'll be right back. Chill out for a second. I'm gonna go get some tea. And when he leaves the room, Koichi's like, okay, I just saw this dude eat a spider and I get a weird feeling about him. Let's get up out of here. But Hazamada's like, no, this is a rare opportunity. Plus, look, he left the manuscript to his latest volume on the desk. I mean, you probably would have did the same thing to try to take a peek at what's going to happen next week in the thing that you're reading. So they grab the manga volume, they start to read it, and a weird, like, strange aura comes around him, and that's where Rohan comes back and he starts to explain his ability, Heaven's Door. So naturally, Rohan is a stand user. I mean, we should have known that at this point, as he explains what his ability Heaven's Door can do, as he can literally read you as a book, as he makes parts of your body actual manga pages, as we see fingers, faces, and everything just literally turn into an open book that he can read and learn everything about everybody that he uses this ability on, as he starts to read into the life of Koichi and finds out some very interesting things as far as what's been going on since the beginning of the series, you know, with him beating Josuke and Okuyasu and the stand arrow, which we found out he got his abilities 3 months ago from that same arrow. And Rohan says, you know what, your life is freaking awesome. I actually want to make a manga about this. Clap it up for Rocky for breaking the fourth wall on this, because you got somebody saying that they want to make a manga out of the adventures that we've been watching, and this is based off a manga, and you have a character who wants to make this a manga. That's just awesome. Mind blown for JoJo. This is what I love about this series, how it always goes there and take you to that type of thing. So back to the story. He's looking through Koichi, seeing through everything that he's went through, saying, you will be great for my manga that I'm making. And this is where things get a little bit deeper with his stories as well, because, you know, Koichi feels a little bit weird about this. So he calls out Echoes like, look, we just want to go home. Back up, dude, okay? Let us go. No one to get hurt. But again, he can read you like an open book, as he already knows about Echoes and what Echoes can do with his sound ability. And even though Koichi's trying to attack him to try to escape, he's not making any leeway. It's like he's missing. That's because Rohan has another ability with Heaven's Door where he can write into your memories about something. And he wrote that Koichi is not allowed to hurt Rohan in any way, even with his stand, for as long as he wants to, until he writes something else again. So this thing has two abilities so far, and he's pretty much immobilized the stand ability. There's nothing he can do. That leads to the third thing, as we were saying, that Rohan wants to write manga based off of everything that he sees from Koichi, and that's how he's been making his living and been so successful as of late, because as a mangaka, he does have that insecurity of what if someone doesn't like my story, or what if someone doesn't read it. We find out that if he takes a page out of someone's body, he removes that memory from them. And that's what he does to Koichi. He removes a page from Koichi, and he's going to use that to write his story. And when he removes that page, the person he takes it from doesn't remember anything at all. So he also goes over to Hazamada, and he reads him and finds out that Hazamada is just straight scum. He's like, you're an idiot. You're a pervert. You're pretty much everything wrong with the world. You're not going to be in my manga. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Get this guy out of here. I'm just going to take a page from Koichi. And think about it, though. I mean, you kind of got to understand where Rohan's coming from. I mean, think about it. If you can go to a great explorer or celebrity or somebody like that and take their memories from them, take it for yourself and write a book about it, and they don't remember it, they can't sue you or anything. So that's how he's been making his living, by doing that with people that he finds interesting. So after he takes the page from Koichi, it also took a page from him remembering actually who Rohan is and what happened. He gave them the autograph. They leave his house. They're just like, hey, he was a really nice guy. They have no memory about what happened. It's about finding out about his stand. Koichi gets home and he noticed some things off, like he's lost a little bit of weight. But he's like, maybe it's just another enemy stand user. He has no idea it was Rohan, or he doesn't even remember Rohan. However, he's going to school, but he ends up going the opposite way and going back to Rohan's house, where he's going to go in there and get his memories purged once again so he can finish writing his manga that he's probably going to call something else Bizarre Adventure, maybe Rohan's Bizarre Adventure. That would be great. But thankfully, Josuke and Okuyasu's looking out for their boy. They followed Koichi because they noticed he was going away from the school, and we can't have anything happen to our friends. Come on now, we're all in this together. And that's where the episode ends. The hype is going to begin next week, because you know, once he sees what Josuke and Okuyasu has been through, he really are going to want to write about them. They're probably going to be the main characters, as he even says Koichi has a very likable personality. I can see people liking him. I mean, this entire episode was probably a fourth wall break, and I don't know much about Rohan, but I got a feeling he's probably the mangaka or who created this series, Araki. So with that being said, you know what? I might have to live react next week, because we got the big boy Josuke going in there with the best bro Okuyasu. You know a fight's gonna break out. Rohan doesn't have a physical ability, but I got a feeling he has something else up his sleeve too, because all stands have a manifestation, which we haven't seen yet, so that's gonna be interesting. So JoJo will be back next week. I think I'm going to keep it on Saturday for now as I finish smoothing out the summer anime schedule to see how things go, because so many things come on the same day. I mean, Friday alone, you got Berserk, JoJo in 91 days. 3 days that I'm all covering, so I'm trying to find out how I'm going to space them. JoJo might return to Friday because Berserk was so disappointing. I don't know the state of it. I'm going to keep reviewing it, but it's probably going to get pushed aside and JoJo will be back. But long story short, expect JoJo next week. Live reaction, whether it be Friday or Saturday, and I'll see you guys then. So if you guys like the video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. With the summer season coming along, I'll have content for you probably 4 or 5 days out of the 7. So not every day like I used to, but still just enough because there's so much coming. Be sure to join me tomorrow as I review Arslan. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So thank you guys for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.